continue to fight for it.
The administration has said that schools have the resources to remain open, yet we're seeing closures, including Chicago. There's still a lot of teachers staying away, they're due to illness or fears, other school personnel. So what is the White House prepared to do in the event of other school closures due to lack of personnel?
Well, I think it's important to note that more than 95% of schools across the country are open, and in part because of the resources that they were able to receive from the American Rescue Plan. It enabled them to hire more bus drivers, maybe hire more teachers, put in place additional mitigation measures. Many secured testing contracts to ensure that there could be regular testing at their schools. There are some parts of the country where all of those resources haven't been deployed yet. Of course, our Department of Education will continue to work with them, and our Department of Education has also taken steps far in advance of the last few weeks to work with states on anticipating and preparing for labor shortages. So we are in touch at every level. What our position continues to be is that schools need to be open. We are on the side of schools being open. We believe that there are the mitigation measures, the steps, and the resources to do exactly that. Go ahead.
Thank you, Jen. About those mitigation efforts, one way in which to reduce the spread of COVID is through the use of masks. And health officials have said that these cloth masks are virtually useless. You need to use, they say, a KN95, a K95 mask. And as I travel around the country, I see very few people oftentimes wearing these types of masks, a KN95 mask. And my question is there a federal effort to make certain that these types of masks are available in the inner city, in rural America, for people just getting on an airplane? Because this is a better type of mask, as Dr. Fauci has said, than a cloth mask.
Well, I would just note that the CDC guidance continues to be a well-fit mask is the best mask to be wearing. They haven't changed that guidance as of now. In terms of how these resources, if we talk about schools and keeping schools open, can be used, the purchase of masks certainly could be a part of that. It's up to school districts and local school districts to make those decisions. We also, of course, work with community health centers, rural health centers, local health leaders on what they feel their needs are and how resources from the American Rescue Plan and COVID packages in the past should be spent. But the guidance has not changed from the CDC, but we do listen to local health leaders on what their needs are and how the resources that have already been approved can be effectively deployed.
There's no money then that could be taken from the American Rescue Plan devoted towards this federal effort?
I don't think that's what I said. I think.
Sure.
Well, $130 billion of the rescue plan was for schools. That can be used in a range of ways. And so some of that money has not even been spent yet. It is all in states, but I think there's an allowance for that. But I can certainly check if there's more specific measures. I just think it's important to note that the CDC has not changed their guidance on masks.